the docket for today's show, 49ers hot takes. I have mine for San Francisco heading into 2023, but the faithful, our loyal subscribers, also have theirs that they're going to share on the program as well. Today's show is sponsored by Conzuri. You can get 15% off of their height-boosting shoes. We're going to put that link in the comment section and in the description of this video and tell you more about Conzuri here in just a few moments. Hot take number one. Battle for the top spot. I think it's the two-team race in the NFC between the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles. And once again, for the second consecutive year, it'll be these two teams who meet up in the NFC Championship game for the right to make it to Las Vegas for Super Bowl 58. And these two teams are very evenly matched, from offense to defense to the coaching staff. First, you look at the Niners position ranks. According to Sharp Football Analysis, quarterbacks, 19th. Offensive line, 16th, mostly because the right side is a little bit weak. But running backs first, wide receivers third, front seven second, secondary 12th, head coach tied for fourth. The 2022 team health for San Francisco was 24th in the NFL among 32 teams, which is somewhat problematic. So that's the Niners position ranks. Now for the Eagles positional ranks. Quarterback, Philly has the edge at fourth. Offensive line, they have the best in the NFL. Running backs, though, all the way down to 15th. Eagles wide receivers are first, just ahead of San Francisco. The front seven for Philadelphia is third, whereas the Niners have the number one front seven. Secondary is seventh. Nick Sirianni and Kyle Shanahan actually tied for fourth here, according to Sharp Football Analysis, and their 2022 team health was third. Now, oftentimes these things can change year over year. Every single year that Kyle Shanahan has been this team's head coach since taking over in 2017, they've been top 10 in injury rate. The last 2 years, Philadelphia relatively healthy. Could that change? If healthy, these two teams will meet in the NFC Championship game once again. That's hot take number one. So who's better right now? I think Philadelphia, because they won the NFC Championship game, is the better squad. And it checks out looking at the positional rankings. PHI, SF, let me know down in the chat. Hot take number two. Every quarterback on this Niners team ends up starting a game. Now, hopefully this doesn't derail the season, and maybe this might happen because the Niners are hot at the end of the year and they can afford to start a Sam Darnold. But injuries have happened at the quarterback position for this team very routinely. So I think Brock Purdy, Trey Lance, and Sam Darnold all start at some point. Next hot take. Christian McCaffrey goes for 2K. I'm talking 2,000 all-purpose yards for McCaffrey. And why do I say that? Because he got close to doing that last year, where he put up absolutely insane numbers. What he did after the trade to player comp, straight up incredible, as he changed how this Niners offense moves. Rushing numbers, 746 yards. Receiving stats, 464 yards. That's 11 games right there of more than 1,200 yards. So let's say you pencil him in for 16, 17 games. Why can't he, in his second year in this system, pop off for 2K all-purpose? I think McCaffrey does it, and he's also in the MVP running. Before we continue to move forward with my hot takes, we're on the road to 100,000 subscribers, and right now, we're about 18,000 subscribers away from getting a YouTube plaque. Help us get there by hitting that sub button right now and join the faithful family community here at Chat Sports. Let's move forward here with my hot takes. Brandon Aiyuk going to be even better in 2023 than he was in 2022. Last year, thought he emerged as one of the best wideouts in the league. Great footwork, route running, yards after the catch, making guys miss, making DBs look silly. And you look at his career trajectory here and his path so far in the NFL, he's gotten better and better and better every year that he's been in the NFL. And I think that that is going to continue to the point where Aiyuk can reel in between 80 and 100 catches if Kyle Shanahan makes him a focal point of this offense, and he can contribute with 13 to 1,500 yards this upcoming season. A great question here for the audience because I love challenging the Niner gang. Leading receiver as far as yards go this year. DEEBO, Aiyuk, Kittle, Once again, voice your thoughts down in the comment section. As I mentioned off the rip, today's show is sponsored by Conzuri. You can get 15% off at conzuri.com/chat. They are height-boosting shoes that will make the short fellas feel a little bit more comfortable. Have you ever wished you were a little bit taller? Maybe you matched on Tinder, but her profile says must be over 6 feet tall. Maybe your date wants to wear heels, but she can't because it'll make her taller than you. Well, I got the short kings covered with today's sponsor, Conzuri. Conzuri makes shoes that can make you up to 2.8 inches taller without anyone knowing. Look, girls get heels, makeup, and push-up bras. Why can't men get a confidence boost as well? We're all the same height lying down anyway, if you know what I mean. Conzuri shoes, not only height boosting, but also stylish and comfortable. They're not grandpa's Velcro shoes, but instead fashionable shoes that can receive compliments even without the height increase. The height insole's integral into the shoes, making it the ultimate height hack. And for a limited time only, our listeners, our viewers, get an extra 50% off your order at conzuri.com/chat. The site is already 30% off. And with our link, that's an extra 15% off. 45% off your entire order at conzuri.com/chat. Life's short, but you don't have to be. It's time to level up the playing field. Maybe update that dating profile to 6 feet. Conzuri, absolute game changer when it comes to your dating life. That link right now is kicking it in the comment section and in the description of this video. 2021 DEEBO Samuel will return. At the start of training camp, DEEBO vowed to Kyle Shanahan he's going to be better this year, more prepared, and in better shape than he was last year when he admitted the contract situation did derail his play a little bit. In 2021, this dude was so special. One of the best all-around players in the game. 77 catches, 1,400 receiving yards, average yards per catch at 18, and then he added 365 rushing yards and tallied 14 total touchdowns. In 2022, though, games played goes down by 3. Receptions down by 21. Receiving yards more than cut in half. Average yards per catch down by 7. Rushing yards down by about 130. And then the total touchdowns down by 9. DEEBO Samuel was bad last year, ladies and gentlemen. This year, he's in better shape. Looks to be in prime conditioning. John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan even said, I've never received so many pictures of a guy shirtless, but he's motivated and he's ready to rock. JAVON Hargrave will put together double-digit sack seasons back-to-back years in a row. And I think this is going to be a perfect player as a compliment next to Nick Bosa. He's one of the best defensive tackles in the game. He's right up there with Aaron Donald, Chris Jones, Jeffrey Simmons. Hargrave is right along that area of some of the best DTs in football. Now, he's not great against the run, which is a little bit of a concern, but the Niners' pass rush outside of Bosa last year, somewhat non-existent. Bosa had 18.5 sacks. Samson Ebukam had 5. Hargrave had 11. This year, he has at least 10. Nick Bosa, speaking of him, he will win Defensive Player of the Year once again, and he had 18.5 sacks last year. This year, he leads the NFL in sacks once again because Bosa, incredibly special player. He's going to get that contract extension done. He's going to become the highest paid player in the history of this game and once again put together a magical campaign. So send us your 49ers hot takes down in the comments section by using hashtag 49ers. Now, right now, I'm recording this live on our live shows. We go live on Tuesdays, 5 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock Pacific. So the hot takes from our audience that you're about to see were during our live show. But get the comment section going if you're watching this after the fact. Lyle, one of our real ones. I like this one. Sam Darnold surprises everyone, and he plays lights out. Look, Kyle Shanahan has maximized a lot of quarterbacks in his career. When you talk about the Niners, he's done it with Brock Purdy, Jimmy Garoppolo, Nick Mullins, and C.J. Beathard. He did it in Washington with Kirk Cousins and RG3. He did it with Matt Ryan in Atlanta when Matt Ryan won MVP. So if there's one guy to get Sam Darnold on track and to put together the arm strength and him being a good athlete and turn him into a good quarterback, it's Kyle Shanahan, in my opinion, who did a great job with Brock Purdy last year, by the way. Changing the system, changing the scheme. I think a big element of the Niners' success a year ago was the fact that they didn't play behind the sticks. They were always in second and third and shorts, which made Brock Purdy's job a lot easier. How do you do that? Play design, play calling. Lore, I think the hot take is that Colton McKivitz loses his job and Matt Pryor takes it. If Colton McKivitz loses his job and Matt Pryor has to start, that's a problem. But Colton McKivitz being the starting right tackle is a problem. I like it, Lore. Ricardo, Niners pick up an edge rusher during the trade deadline. They did a couple of years ago with Jordan Willis. They picked up a defensive lineman, and then Charles Omenihu. Now, Jordan Willis and Charles Omenihu, they both played defensive tackle and defensive end. So, Ricardo, you're following a trend right there. Julian Ross, Chase, you're a boss. You're a boss, brother. Appreciate you. Barring any injuries, Niners or Eagles, NFC champs. That's what I said a little bit earlier. So, you're in agreement with me. These are the two top teams in the NFC. Honestly, after that, I know that there's always big turnover year over year in the NFL. It's what makes this great game so entertaining. But I think there's a big drop-off. Eagles, Niners, and then everybody else. Because who's that next team? The Vikings were 11-0 in one-score games last year. There's no way that's sustainable, and that carries over year. The Dallas Cowboys are always frauds. The Detroit Lions are good, but when's the last time they actually did something? So, you kind of look at the landscape of the NFC, and I think it's the Niners or the Eagles conference to win. Great one. We don't want to overuse Christian McCaffrey. We need Mitchell and Mason healthy to take some carries away from CMC. The less abuse that McCaffrey's body takes, the better. I'd run Jordan Mason a lot, and I think that Jordan Mason, this can be a hot take too, he's RB2 by the end of the year, either because of production and him impressing or because Elijah Mitchell is injured once again. Niners running backs, Christian McCaffrey, all-pro caliber player. Elijah Mitchell, really good when healthy. Jordan Mason, he's a bulldog back there. And I think that his rumbling, tumbling style is one that works well in this offense. And because he's so physical, can he be durable? And then Ty Davis, Price, Kyle Juszczyk rounding things out. Make sure you subscribe to the show. Nobody else does a better job, in my opinion, on YouTube of being interactive with the faithful out there, including you in the shows, whether it's a mailbag or allowing you to share your Niners hot takes. That's why you hit that sub button. Thanks for watching the show.